Hey there folks, I'm back with another commentary video for my studio practice. I have almost no footwork in this opening little bit, but Oswel moves about and puts himself into a spot that makes it look like I stepped past him if we froze it. There. And I take his leg. Gotta start being a little more aggressive here when I got people on their knees. The single shot cover isn't really what I want to do like that there. If they're gonna just D-up, you might as well throw a bunch of shots. Though I am pretty good at the single shot and run away. I'd rather throw a few. Didn't change the level of his shield when I dropped. I keep telling myself that I'm gonna focus on footwork and fakes, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm pretty nimble for a big guy, so throwing single shots and running away can happen easily. I close here and then don't duck and throw. I just duck and then pop my head out again. Not the best plan. Trying that little stutter step again that I've been working on ever since that video from William. Well, Steiner's video, but William doing it. I don't know what that was. This coming Tuesday practice, I gotta really work on slight fakes with my sword and stutter steps. This is the first I've really paid attention to this video. I've watched it before, but I'm not 100% sure if I even did much of it. It's a terrible shot. So slow, I should have been instantly dead. Did a little fake here where I lift my body up a bit. His shield moves up and I go down. The timing on it was pretty good. He could have just offsided me in the head though. I've also mentioned in past videos that I don't feel I look too focused or into the fight. A little lazy. I'd like to break that habit. But I've always been pretty relaxed. Maybe too relaxed. Like this looks like I'm half asleep there. There's that stutter again. I'm not sure if the timing on it was great, but it worked out. I catch Brynmor with that offside to the face all night long. I think he's overcompensating for me being left-handed. He's dropping his hand a bit, which raises his tip. I don't think I commit to that offside fake enough to make it look like it's a real fake. Coming up here, I step offside, but throw onside for a leg shot. Brynmor steps his right leg forward just before I throw. Here I actually do what I've been wanting to do, and I stay and finish the fight instead of running away after one shot. I throw a pretty lazy looking wrap here that hits Oswel, and he takes it. It is in the ribs. But if I'm reaching out like that, he needs to make me pay. I throw a lot of pawing shots here, just hanging him out there. Not a lot of follow-up. It'd be nice if I brought a little more intensity to some of the fights. See, Brynmor's made an adjustment though. He's keeping his tip down a bit more. There's no reason for him not to. And it's blocking that offside face. I barely get out of this exchange alive. That was pretty close. I think I remember that getting just the edge of my shield and a bit of my body. I like this upcoming exchange. My shield's in the right place, and I step out with it on my second wrap. All the stuff that I've been trying to do, but don't do enough of. This offside leg looks better than the first one I threw. But it's still a really bad idea to even throw it as a left-handed fighter against a right-handed fighter. And these two shots are lazy. Look at that. Standing straight, hanging him out there. This block of Oswel's is pretty awesome. Saved his ribs a bunch. If I pause to look just before throwing my wrap, I should be able to aim it a bit better. I just chuck him sometimes. Easier said than done, though. like how I look here. Seem more focused and engaged in the fight, at least for that little flurry. I like how Brynmor pins me here and finishes me without backing off. Would have liked to see me throw a onside offside and maybe try and throw a couple more offsides in here somewhere, but it's tough with someone just beating down on you. I've got no problem killing people with these slot shots, but I really want them to be sure that it's solid and in the face. If I get hit in the face, it's got to move my helmet a little bit. It doesn't have to rock me. It's got to move my helmet. A lot of the time I throw that flick out. Well, not a lot of the time. Almost all the time I throw that flick out and then don't follow up. So it's another thing I should work out on. Throwing the flick and immediately throwing a wrap. Even if I hit him, follow up right away. It's a nice little exchange. Here's that sneaky rib shot again. Like how I fake a shot, and I step, and I throw the wrap. All the stuff that I've been trying to work on. Brynmor comes out here with his tip high again and pop him in the face. That one seemed pretty good. He does it again where he keeps his tip high and hit him again. That one doesn't look nearly as good as the first one. Some nice exchanges here, followed by Oswel landing a good leg shot, but also not admiring his handiwork. He hits the leg and then he gets out of there with his guard high and stops my wrap from coming in. I'm not aggressive enough or dangerous enough for my knees yet. I think Brynmor and Oswel both realize that, so they usually just stay in and murder me. Need to work on a good flurry from my knees, especially in an offside. Maybe a fake leg roll up to an offside would be nice. Brynmor comes out with his tip high again, but I'm not on target with my offside, and right after that he corrects himself. I can't remember what I'm doing here, but it feels like I'm baiting a shot. Terrible idea, because I slowed that down and he had that leg and just hit me in the knee. There's that offside again. Can't remember if that's his usual guard or if it's something in his head from specifically fighting lefties. Oswel hits me with the offside there, but side of the head, just not enough on it. I think I was trying to fake a leg wrap there and bring it high, but I don't know if I sold the fake enough. Kind of a odd exchange for the next bit here. Like, what's that? Strange pauses and twitches, followed up by this awkward nobody throwing a shot maneuver. Feels like I could have stutter stepped in a little better there and been tighter for that wrap. I was kind of reaching for it. We exchange leg shots here, but Brynmor throws his straight down and I roll mine into a wrap, so his ends up knee, mine ends up leg. How I set up my body wrap here, I like how it flows most of the time. This one looks a little awkward. How I'm currently throwing it, I could probably throw it with my eyes closed, which is not necessarily the best thing. If I slow it down just a little bit and watch what's going on, I should be able to target it better and change it up mid-shot. And speak of the devil, that same shot is coming up here against Oswel. If you watch, you can see I'm just going through the motions, and how Oswel, I think, is set up to defend against it for a couple seconds, it feels like. If I just took a moment to look, I could have picked it better. That whole exchange there was pretty fun to watch. I hop here, and really I should have just raised myself up briefly, and then stepped laterally for my leg shot. Because I'm trying to get Brynmor's shield to come up a bit, and it does come up a tiny bit. Brynmor decides to be a bit more aggressive here, and I'm like a fighter getting mauled against the ropes. Ow. certainly run into this shot. Overextend my left leg. And Oswel puts me on my knees. Again, a nice cover up by him after throwing that leg shot. Some people would just put their guard down, look at their handiwork. This exchange is great. I'm glad I throw a nice offside. It's not super hard or fast yet, but it's getting there. I just got to program my brain into it. And a smart follow-up shot with the wrap. This whole exchange is pretty fun to watch. I know I'm blinding myself a lot, but amazingly I'm blinding myself less than I usually do. Whoops. Nice exchange. He had mentally checked out, I think Brynmor says. The shot looked okay, but it wasn't great. And I don't want to kill him while he's napping. That's very true. Neither am I. I need to get used to throwing more than 3 with my left. Or I could always just throw 1. Yeah. Right in the kisser. Would have liked to see a little pump fake when I slide step for this upcoming leg shot, but it worked out alright. Been hitting people with that offside all night long, and finally somebody does the same to me. Good shot. Brynmor starts with his tip high again here, but he closes it off quick. He's keeping that slot tight here, but then when we line back up again, it opens up a bit more, and I catch him with that offside again. If I step with this leg shot here, it would have landed, but instead I go straight down into his shield. Let's take another amazing slow motion look at it. Wow. Just got way too off balance here to make that an effective shot. Would have been nice if I was able to maybe roll it into a wrap. Or maybe throw the shot while I duck instead of after I duck. Pretty happy with this leg shot. I don't know if it could be any more perfectly placed. Even had a step. I think we just both ended up fouling our own blades there. I really like the precision of the snap I throw. It means my left hand is slowly coming along. Nice timing by Brynmor on this leg shot. felt here that he just didn't stick it enough. I didn't want to just give it to him. He was being nice on the second one. And the first just didn't feel hard enough. I need more practice on my knees anyways. I like how he stuffed me here, but I feel like he's too forward to my shield side. He even takes a step there. If he'd stuffed me and if his shield was over another foot or two, he probably would have caught this wrap. I've thrown this offside a few times tonight, and most of them look awful. I stood really tall here, and my legs got taken for it. I think I even hopped. Way too much blinding for this situation. And not anywhere near dangerous enough or threatening enough. People seem to be able to just stay there all day on me. Or smoothly blocked by Oswel's tip down defense. I'm just sneaking those wraps in. I'm gonna start paying the price for them if I don't use better form. I love that 3-shot combo I did there. It's aggressive and fast. Not enough footwork though, I don't think. Brynmor tries to muscle me with his shield here, which keeps it out and away, and allows me to get that wrap in. And he barely misses with that shot down the middle. Again here I throw that wrap shot that started with a bit of a twirly fake. I need to start slowing it down a little bit and not blinding myself so I can change the targeting on it or turn it into a different shot. Ugh, McRib. Right in the ribs. I'm just getting those with my reach, maybe a tiny step. I'd like to see me work for it a bit more with some fakes or stutter steps. I throw that overextended wrap again, waiting for somebody to just murder me throwing it. But once I've got my basket past your shield, it's pretty tough to defend against that. So I throw that wrap again here, and because it's working for me, I'm not really making any adjustments to it. I'd like to see some better movement or a fake to set it up. I like what's going on with my footwork and shot selection here. That right there. It would have been nice to see me stay and get aggressive with my follow-up wrap after that offside shot. I just kind of lazily throw it while I'm backing out. So the setup for this shot works almost perfectly. You can see Oswel's shield move back for my fake offside, and then I go for the leg. I don't think I stuck this shot as well as I could have, but it had enough on it.
can see here that I'm so focused on the motion of this wrap shot that I'm literally just going through the motions. He legs me before I even started, but it's so set in my head that I just keep going with it. I really have to break out of the autopilot with it. I do like this high wrap, low wrap combination. And his leg was open if I had better targeting. For some reason there I didn't actually throw a wrap though. A lot of my leg shots, you'll see me really squat to get at them, and I really should make sure I do that all the time almost. Otherwise the angle's pretty crappy and I hit people in the knee. This press wrap looks super awkward and off balance. I maybe should have stepped laterally after the press and gone for his left leg. There I am reaching for a leg shot when I could have squatted and probably got it. At this point in the practice, Oswel's trying to make me pay for those lazy wraps. Just wasn't enough on that offside of his. Brynmor and I line up close enough here that I only need a small step in order to get my basket past the edge of his shield. Ooh, McRib. Once it's past, there's all kinds of real estate to hit. Usually it's the ribs. Here I sit my ass down again when I throw the leg shot, and it seems more often than not, when I squat, I get the leg, so I really should make sure I'm always doing that. I'm hitting people with this offside flick so often that I'm really trying to be aware of it. That was great, I don't know. Oswel thought it wasn't good, but that was a good shot. I don't really commit to that leg shot, it looks lazy, but this one I really get my butt down and plant. Offside legs and bodies are hard to land with a lot of power. A lot of the time, people's momentum's going backwards when they throw it. They're kind of leaning away. The same goes for me. I lean away when throwing it a lot of the time. So I'm glad to see I didn't that time. Odd angle on this leg shot. I'm amazed I squeeze it in. That one there. Here I am going through the motions of that wrap again. But Oswel's hanging guard there does the trick once more. And if I'm paying attention to it, maybe I would be able to change the shot up and do something else. But I don't. Here I get my butt down for this leg shot, but I don't think it's enough. And I didn't step at all. Brynmor's keeping his guard tight on that offside now. Brynmor uses a Jedi mind trick here. Whoa. I rolled my ankle. It sucked, but it's okay. A lot of fighters, including Brynmor, sometimes have a habit of settling into their guard with specific motions. Even Duke Sean moves his shield around as if to ready himself. Brynmor moves his sword basket back and forth a bit, which moves his tip. I'm not sure if that's what happened there, but he was covered, then suddenly he wasn't. I don't think he does it as much against me because he's really thinking about my offside, but I'll throw a little link here of a more obvious version of what I'm talking about. Just that little basket movement. It's not a huge movement, but it's something people can time off of. I sink into this offside nicely again instead of retreating. Good to see. Might have pulled it through a little, but otherwise it's better than my usual ones.
They got enough pop on them. Okay. Like I can feel you're slashing a bit, but I like they have enough pop on them.
Yeah, see, even Oswel there is saying he thinks I'm pulling it through. But they can only get better if I sink them in instead of pulling them through, so that's good to know. I think here I'm desperately trying to think of how to get around this hanging guard of Oswel. He's waiting for my wrap to come right away. He's already hanging it, but eventually I do nothing. But the precision here of this snap is nice. It's good to see that that's coming along. Kind of an odd defense here by me when I'm backing up. I'm not sure what I was thinking. There. Brynmor makes me pay. I'm really still not even sure how that hit me. I don't think it was a wrap. My sword was there. Must have been just a perfect angle. He did step with it just before that, but still odd. There's no step or squat there, so I'm not sure how I was expecting that to work. But then, just a lazy wrap to the nuts. Dope. I guess lucky it was lazy. There's that slot shot again. I'm pretty pleased that I'm sneaking those in. Again, I really get down on this leg shot and change the angle so much. With this lateral step I take here, in my head, I'm hoping he turns the shield to face me, giving me a better angle on his right leg. Instead, he doesn't really move his shield at all, which means his left leg is opened up a lot. I'm not even sure if what I was trying makes any sense, but it worked out. I stutter step here and get the body wrap in, and also somehow get my shield in the right spot to block his attack. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ugh, McRib.